Not far from where the Nisqually River flows into the Long Island Sound lies the Smithtown Landing Country Club, a town-owned municipal golf course sporting an up-and-down layout that culminates with one of the most dramatically sloped closing holes on Long Island. The course features small greens, looming tree lines, numerous doglegs, and a relatively high frequency of internal out-of-bounds. There is also a par 3 course called the Learning Links. The facilities include a driving range, 2 putting greens, a miniature golf course, a pro shop, a clubhouse, 3 pools, and a catering facility run by Lessings. The golf course was built in 1960 and was originally a private course called the Merrywood Country Club. The course was designed by James R. Thompson, who hailed from Dallas, Texas. The 9-hole course was designed by Gene Sarazen, one of the world's top players in the 1920s and 30s and a winner of 7 major championships. The head professional is the internationally acclaimed Michael Hebron. Golf Magazine and Golf Digest have consistently named Hebron as a member of America's top 50 instructors. He's also been inducted into the PGA Hall of Fame.
This property that is now a town golf course, it was once a private club. It was built by the Poole family and eventually sold to the town of Smithtown. The last 2 years of it being a private club, I was their head professional. It was a club that drew membership from all over Suffolk and Nassau County. Very nice facility overlooking the Nisqually River, and the hills and valleys of the golf course were very attractive to a private club membership. And the Poole family, who had the vision of bringing this to the North Shore of Long Island, I think accomplished what they wanted to accomplish. It was a great private club, which eventually was sold to the town.
Years ago, that was run by town employees. That became to be unsustainable because of union contracts and salaries. So the town turned that over to MPH Management, which is operated by Michael Hebron. And he does all of the maintenance on the golf course and pays the town a fee per year to allow him to operate that. The town retains ownership, always will, and that takes a huge burden off of the taxpayer to actually run that facility.
I'm sometimes asked what I like about the golf course, and my answer works backwards from the people who play it. The property itself, we have 6 fairly flat holes, 6 medium hilly holes, and 6 hill holes. So it's a nice variety. It's a golf course that demands accuracy off the tee, and when you get around the greens, there's an opportunity to hit different kinds of short game shots. So it's fun to play. It's a very entertaining golf course to play that gives you an opportunity when you're on your game to do well. And if you're not quite on your game, it doesn't beat you up too badly.
Smithtown Landing boasts some of the toughest and most scenic golf holes among Long Island public golf courses. Number 1 is a 362-yard par 4 from the blue tees. It's one of the many dogleg par 4s. This one an uphill climb that bends to the right. Trees line both sides of the fairway, so make sure you drive to the left side to ensure a clear shot at the green. The putting surface is relatively small, with mounding around the back and sides that give the green a mini amphitheater effect. Number 2 is a 155-yard par 3 with rough that slopes towards a broader green. Getting caught on these side hills can make up and downs for a par a real test. Number 3 is a 275-yard par 4 with a generous fairway and a slight dogleg to the left. A short iron to a small green should give you an opportunity for birdie. Number 4 is a bear of a hole, 590-yard par 5, and the number 1 handicap hole. A true 3-shot par 5 with uphills and downhills and out of bounds on the left. Par is a great score here. Number 5 is a 370-yard par 4 slight dogleg left from an elevated tee. The fairway slopes to the right and will leave you with an approach to a small green with a bunker guarding the right side. The 6th hole is a short par 5, 465 yards. A good drive will give you a chance to reach the green in 2, or you can lay up and have a short iron to an elevated green. Number 7 is a 165-yard par 3 from an elevated tee to a 2-tiered green. There's out of bounds down the left side, which makes this a scary hole. Anything left of the trap on the left side of the green will be out of bounds. The 8th hole is a straightaway 320-yard par 4. A tight driving hole with a small, slightly elevated green that will pose a challenge to any golfer. Stay away from the road on the left side. The last hole in the front 9 is a 370-yard par 4 with out of bounds looming on both sides of the hole. A long, narrow fairway places a premium on accuracy from the tee. There is very little room around the green, so an accurate second shot is important and makes this hole a challenge for most golfers. Number 10 is a short 293-yard par 4 with a severe dogleg right. A strategic drive will leave you with a short iron to a small, closely guarded green. There's a bunker in front and very little room behind the putting surface. The 11th hole is a 155-yard par 3. If you're walking the course, a long uphill walk from the 10th green to the 11th tee will test your fitness. The hole features a 2-tiered green, so an accurate tee shot is paramount to a good score in this hole. The par 5, 485-yard 12th hole is another scoring opportunity, not only because of its modest yardage, but also because it has one of the widest fairways on the course. If you go for the green in 2, the second shot needs to clear a cross bunker directly in front of the green. 13 is a 375-yard par 4, slight dogleg right from an elevated tee. Out of bounds on the left forces you to stay to the right with your tee shot. Another small green forces an accurate second shot if you hope to have a birdie opportunity. The 475-yard par 5 14th hole takes a hard turn to the left with a slope that filters the ball to the right. You can try cutting the corner a bit, but beware of internal out of bounds on the left side. There's not much room around the green, so be careful with your approach shot. The par 4 15th hole is a short, fun, 330-yard straightaway hole. Just watch that your drive doesn't slice onto Landing Avenue, which borders the right side of the hole. The 16th hole is the toughest par 3 on the course. A 190-yard tee shot that is all carry to a 2-tiered green, which is guarded by 3 bunkers. In terms of terrain, it's all downhill from the 17th tee. The 350-yard par 4 drops steadily from tee to green. Any well-struck tee shot should find its way down the slope and settle within a short pitch of the cup. Smithtown Landing boasts one of the top closing holes on Long Island. The 18th is a fitting conclusion to a round played over such dramatic hillsides. At 390 yards from the tips, the par 4 18th makes a near right-angle turn to the left about halfway home, diving straight downhill towards a 2-tiered green. You can take an aggressive line over the corner and let the slope pull your ball closer to the green, but you'll likely be faced with a downhill lie. The green is the most heavily bunkered on the course, and if you push a shot to the right, you may find the only water hazard on the golf course. The views from the 18th hole are magnificent, so pay attention or risk a big number. The Smithtown Landing Golf Course is a great test of golf for any skill level. The affordability, condition, and views make it a must-play for any golfer, and we're sure it will become one of your favorite public golf courses on Long Island. To make your experience more rewarding, we urge you to play fast, repair ball marks, replace divots, and have fun. If golf's not your game, you can always lounge by the fabulous pool. The facility is like having your own private country club at a fraction of the cost.
Landing Country Club, we consider that one of the jewels of Smithtown. We have 3 pools that are open to the Smithtown residents. They are run by the recreation department. Generally, they are fully occupied during summer months. Huge asset to the community.
The facility is run by pool director Jim Desmond.
My overall responsibilities as the pool director are to manage the staff, manage the facility, including water chemistry in all 3 of the pools, maintaining cleanliness, doing occasional spot vacuums of the pools, managing both the lifeguard staff. As a former lifeguard, I show them from experience how they should be monitoring the pools and making sure the facility is safe. And part of the safety plan is also keeping the place spotless. So that involves our non-lifeguard staffs, which we refer to as the crew. They go on periodic deck sweeps, wipe down and disinfect all the handrails, make sure that nothing's loose or unsafe in the playground, cleaning the playground, the bathrooms, and also emptying garbages throughout the day. We try to train our staff here to treat every potential save as a real save. We do some training early in the year. The challenge for a pool lifeguard is that you can spend a few weeks in the stand never really having an emergency, having to be mentally prepared for any potential disaster, fighting a false sense of security, that you're really just going to be stationed at a pool, but you really have to anticipate safety concerns, potential injuries, potential life and death circumstances. It's your perception that is really controlling the safety of everyone here. For the water slide, we have a sign, there's a lot of rules there, and we ask that people become familiar with them. But we also have some non-lifeguard staff as sort of a slide assistant that facilitates expressing what the rules are and things they need to know before they go down. And our staff is always trained to tell people whenever possible what to do rather than what not to do. It also keeps it pleasant and doesn't sound as punitive. For the diving board, basically we want only one person on the diving board at a time, only one person in the diving area of the pool at a time. We like to limit it to 1 bounce, no running. The lap lane is always up, so during all hours of operation, 7 days a week, we have a lap lane. I've been working here, this is my 20th season, and sometimes even just walking in, I marvel at how beautiful the setup is here. It's not uncommon to have someone tell me upon entering, I've lived here for 15 years, I didn't realize this was here, or I realized, I've heard about it, but I didn't know it was so beautiful. We really are an uncommon entity, I think, for a town.
And when the long days of summer fade away and fall becomes winter, the golf course remains open. As long as there's no snow on the ground, golf fanatics can continue to play right through the cold winter months.
During late fall or early winter, we switched to a off-season rate. Those that want to have some exercise in the chill of the off-season can come out and play. On a weekend, we could have 75 people who come out on a reduced rate. Also, during the week, there are enough senior citizens, folks who aren't working anymore in the community, that come out, and it's a great town recreation place. I think that's one of the things that the town board and Supervisor Wareheim are very proud of, that this facility is available year-round.
There is no better opportunity when there is no snow on the ground to go down to Landing at a very minimal rate and go ahead and go out and play around the golf. And primarily, the golf course is not really crowded during those months. I could tell you years ago, I used to go out now and play winter golf. I don't do it anymore because it's too cold for me, but many residents take advantage of it. And you can go down and have a great day, and again, at a reasonable rate, and play golf, get out of the house, exercise. Many, many people do it. At one time at Landing Country Club, we did have skiing and sleigh riding. It was done on the 18th hole, which is the signature hole of Landing Country Club. And that hole goes downhill. It's a very steep hill. It goes from a high level down to the green at a lower level. So many, many people use the facility. The sleigh riding and skiing was a carryover from when that facility was owned privately, which was called Merrywood Country Club. And the town installed a ski rope to go back up to the hill, just like a ski resort. They also made snow at one time. Two problems arose. One was there was a number of injuries there. We used to have registered nurses there on staff. There were a couple of injuries that were severe enough that we on the town level felt we should discontinue that. If you want to talk about global warming, winters are notoriously more mild. That was the result of damage being done to the 18th fairway where the sleigh riding and the skiing took place, which was damage that was unrepairable by the time the golf season opened. So for those reasons, the town decided a number of years ago to just discontinue the sleigh riding and skiing.
Smithtown Landing and its renowned teaching pro are treasured amenities for those fortunate enough to live in the town of Smithtown. Every level of player can come to Smithtown Landing and get a great golf experience at a reasonable price. The par 3 course, the Learning Links, is a great place to start someone on the game. Families can enjoy this facility year-round and feel like they belong to a private club. It is truly one of the jewels in the town of Smithtown.